Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ndandula, or you can call me Queen Dula. If you haven't seen my first video, I would highly recommend that you click on the link here and watch my first video before you watch this one, so you can understand what my channel is all about. So today I'm going to talk about the process of getting breast reduction here, paid by the state, because it's very expensive. I did not pay for the surgery myself. I went through a process and I was referred by my GP to the big general hospital here, and where my case was assessed. I'll briefly say the whole process, but I thought I should make this video and say how the procedure is done here in Denmark, because there are certain things that I wish I had known before. I tried to look for information before I went for my first appointment. There was not much information on the criteria that they follow here in Denmark. So this is why I decided to make a video, so that I can sensitize someone out there who might be here in Denmark and having the same challenges as me and wanting a similar solution like I had. So first, I heard about this procedure being done for free here in Denmark a year after I arrived, sometime in 2018. But I wasn't sure what the criteria is, and at that point I was just thinking about it and telling myself I wish I can do this. So when I settle down in Denmark, I'm gonna find out more information so I can maybe be considered for this procedure too. So fast forward, in 2022, I think I had my first appointment with my GP, and it went okay. She didn't really tell me exactly what the criteria is. All she told me is that you have to be a certain weight. They calculate your weight based on your height. So she had to weigh me and send all this information to the general hospital. So to summarize it all, I was sent back and forth because at that point my weight was 73 kilos, and according to my height, my weight needed to be 68 kilos. So this is why the process took long, because they told me I needed to lose weight, and on top of that I needed to stay on that weight for over 3 months, and for them to be sure that I can maintain the weight. So this is why, the process took a little over a year, because I was going back and forth with my GP, checking my weight and things like that, before I finally got the first appointment at the big general hospital. So yeah, so this is why I just wanted to, make this video and explain the process a little bit. So by the time I went to the general hospital for my first appointment, they also had to weigh my breasts. So they were using big balls like this in different sizes to weigh my boobs to see, because on top of being your BMI being 25 and below, your breast size also has to be a certain size for you to qualify for this surgery. So they use this big balls to weigh your breast, and my breast, one of them was 1,200 grams, and the other one was about 1,090 grams. So this is why I qualified automatically at that point, because if the size of my breast was less than 1,000 grams, my case needed to go to a committee to sit down to assess, because they take pictures of you, they weigh, they make a full report, and if you do not check all the criterias, then they have to send you to a committee to sit down and analyze your case. But as for me, I fitted all the criteria at that particular time. So that's why I was then accepted into this program of having the procedure done for free. So unfortunately, the general hospital did not have an earlier appointment. The appointment they had given me was 1.5 years in front. So they had given me two options. Either I wait 1.5 years and get the surgery done at the general hospital, or they give me a list of private hospitals that they work with where they can refer my case so I can have the procedure done at a private hospital, but the state then pays for my procedure. So I opted for that option because I really wanted the procedure done. So from there, I called a few private hospitals from the list they gave me and found one that had an earlier appointment. So I called them and made an appointment and went to see them. And I'm going to insert now the video because at that point, that's when I started filming small clips here and there of my appointments. So I'm going to insert the clip of my the first day I went for my first appointment at the private hospital where I had my procedure done. So just to summarize a little bit, here in Denmark, for you to qualify for the surgery, you need to first have your weight, your BMI should be 25 and below, depending on your height. So for my height, I needed to be 68 kilos and below, and my height is 163 centimeters. And two, your breasts need to be big. They need to be 1,000 grams or more for each. Yes, so this is the most important information that you need to know, because if your weight is above, they will not take you, because the most crucial thing is they want to make sure that the breast tissue is just not fat from the weight, from the overweight. So this is why it's important to know these two things before you make your appointment. It will be faster and it will be a lot easier. Okay, so that's the information I wanted to share. Please stay tuned for more videos. The next video I'm going to upload will be of my first day of operation, the day I went for my operation. That will be the next video. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit of how I prepared for my operation, the things they told me, what I need to do and not to do, and a few clips that I took from that day. Okay, thank you for staying on and hope you enjoy watching the video. Please do not forget to subscribe. Please subscribe and help me grow my channel. Click the like button and the bell as well, so that every time I upload a video, you will get notification. Thank you so much. See you next time. Wait and watch the video from my first appointment. So I'm done with my appointment now. Rushing to go for work. It went fine. They asked me the same questions they asked me at the hospital about my allergies, what my problems are, about my weight, my height, and then of course I had to take off my clothes so she could measure the breasts. Yeah, very awkward, but I mean, something that has to be done. So that was done, and she said she can see the problem. I have really heavy tissue for my body, so she can understand my complaint about having problems with the shoulder and upper back, and she could also see the depression here on my shoulders. So she said, yeah, so and she took pictures as well. And she said by beginning of next week they'll get in touch with me and tell me where the surgery is going to happen, where and when. So yeah, but she told me that I'm gonna have scars after. It depends, I can never tell. Usually they check, she checked my ears because I'm pierced, and she says I seem to heal well, but they can never be 100% sure. So sometimes you have big scars, and but if you have big scars, it's something that they then advise you on how to treat the scars after, so they disappear a little bit. But yeah, she said also I might have problems with sensitivities on the nipples, because they're going to move the nipples. They're going to reduce, because of how big my breasts are. They're going to probably have to cut half 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 of them, or even a bit more, and then that means they have to lift them and also move the position of the nipple. So sometimes other people have problems with sensitivity around the nipple after the surgery. But yeah, so it's just something that they will have to warn me about. Also, they had told me that if I plan to have kids, they can never tell, but other people have problems with breastfeeding afterwards. They can't breastfeed, so it's something that I had to confirm that if I have a kid, I'm okay with using bottom milk instead of breastfeeding, because I might not be able to breastfeed. I said, yeah, I've researched about that and it's fine with me. It's fine, because yeah, I really need to have this breast reduced for my own physical well-being as well as mental well-being. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, so by next week, guys, I'll know when and where it's going to be done, because they have another hospital in another town. They have two hospitals as well as Hospital. The Hospital is the government hospital, so it might happen at one of these three locations. So they'll just have to let me know after they discuss internally, and as well as discuss with my with the government hospital. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, I'll try and blog a little more once I hear more information. Otherwise, right now, your girls gotta rush and go to work. Okay, thanks, guys. Stick around if you want to hear more.